So 13 years ago, it's exactly to the day of us filming, Amber and I got engaged here in the States. And what made our story a little bit interesting is, I had met Amber in South Africa, and when she came back to the States, we dated long distance for the whole time that we were dating and engaged. In total, a year and 1 month. And we had the unusual circumstances of being separated by the Atlantic Ocean. And it's strange. Inside my wedding band, it says from Song of Songs, many waters cannot quench love. And so there came a point where in our long distance dating, there was a sense of we desire, we long, we want to promise for this to last forever. And so I got on a plane and came here in May of 2008. And I asked her to be my wife. And I gave her a ring, which it's the engagement ring. And that stays with you forever. And there's a sense when you get the actual ceremony, you get this other band, which is common to have a wedding band that goes along with it. But the first band never goes away. It's this guarantee of what's to come. So when I actually came to the States in May of 13 years ago and asked her to be my wife, I had to then, after we were engaged, I had to leave the country and stay in South Africa until just days before the wedding ceremony. But I didn't do nothing during that time. It's not just like I was closing out my job and working for the last few months to save. There was a sense that I had to get my whole house in order because I knew that I would be coming to the States to be with her forever. And so I sold everything that couldn't fit into 2 carry-on bags or two pack bags. And everything else I got rid of. And I brought my whole world with me to be with Amber forever. Ascension Day is probably one of my favorite marks on the Christian calendar. And there is something about the Ascension that to me is absolutely fascinating. Jesus did say that it is to your advantage that I go, because if I don't go, I won't send the helper to you, right? The Holy Spirit. And so we have what Paul says is the guarantee which is to come. The Holy Spirit will never be taken away from us. When that wedding feast of the Lamb happens, we'll have no less of the Holy Spirit. So there's that wonderful sense that we'll be celebrating this in 10 days, the day of Pentecost, where we celebrate the Spirit who has come and will never be taken from us. But it only took Jesus 10 days to send the Holy Spirit. So it begs the question, what else is Jesus up to? What else is there about the Ascension that is good news for you and for me? When we think of what's the benefit of the Ascension, the first thing we think about, and it's the greatest thing, is that he sent the Holy Spirit. But in that passage, when Jesus is speaking to his disciples in the upper room, he says to them, it is to your advantage that I go away so that I'll send the Spirit. Moments before that, though, he said, I go to the Father to prepare a place for you. When I went back to South Africa, I had to get my whole house in order and get that ready to bring back with me. Anything that didn't fit in those bags, I sold. And so in the same sense, Jesus is bringing all that he has to be with us. Revelation 22 says, I saw the new heavens and the new earth the new Jerusalem come down from out of heaven, and so that now the dwelling place of God is with man. But it only took me, 4 or 5 months to make those preparations, to get rid of all that stuff, to bring everything with me, to live a life with Amber and now with my boys. It took Jesus 10 days to send the Spirit. I was talking with a friend of mine who said it took him 6 days to create the universe. But it's taken 2,000 years to prepare a place for us. Can you imagine a good news without the ascension? As Paul says, no eye has seen, no ear has heard, nor mind has conceived what God has prepared for those who love Him. So, what are you supposed to do with Ascension Day? Ascension Day seems to be the day that Jesus is the one doing all the doing. And that is true. And yet, can't help but think that Ascension Day is the birthday of the Great Commission. That's the day where He said, go into all the world and make disciples, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything that I have commanded you. And then there's the promise, which Jesus right now is working for. Lo, I am with you always, even until the very end of the age.